Namaste, this is PavitraYog. I am having a very important guest with me. Her name is Riggie Walia, and she is a healer. By profession, she is in bank. She is a banker, but she has got multiple area of interest. She is a Reiki practitioner. She is doing Akashic record scanning and other stuff. You will hear from her. She will be able to tell more about herself, and I am just going to listen. She is a pranic healer, by the way, also, and happened to be known to me because of her pranic healing interest and healing ability. And I will rather like her to take over. So over to Riggie. Riggie, how are you today?
Atma Namaste, Pavitraji. Namaste to everyone listening and watching.
Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity, first of all. With you connecting with me through my pranic healing journey and other journey that I was taking towards healing myself and others. I'm having this lovely opportunity to talk about it with everyone today. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I always encourage the people who are in spiritual journey, so that let people know them and also learn something, because we all are at the moment going through the situation which is
Yes.
challenging. How your life has been from the beginning till where you are now, in a brief,
Yeah,
if you can tell me.
certainly. I'm originally from Chandigarh, Punjab, India, and I have been brought up in a very protective environment, in a loving, protective environment back home in India. I got married, moved to New Zealand in 2008, and I've been living here since then. And my daughter was born shortly after we got married, and was enjoying my life with her and everything. However, sooner things just got a little bit you can say unpleasant, where my health started to deteriorate, and with my spinal injury coming back, and some other health issues that came up, my health really started to go downwards. I also had, unfortunately, my marriage broke during that period as well. And I was literally on the road with my daughter once, but slowly that process through which I felt like I was at the lowest of my life, that kind of became a portal for me to come through and start working on my own healing. Started to learn Reiki, and then slowly progressed with Reiki, and Reiki opened my doors further, and I got in touch with you, also got interest in pranic healing, and then from there on I also certified to be a life coach. The journey continued, and
you are in.
Yes, it's like you don't realize how your life starts to expand. Absolutely. And all the pain starts to give a meaning. I look back in hindsight and I'm like, my gosh, if all those things had not happened, I would not have seen the strength a human being can have. So personally, through my healing, and then it made me go and help others who were in need, and God's been so kind and opened doors after doors for me. Fantastic. And I can't be more thankful. And then during COVID happened, and I was like, okay, am I going to be at my lowest again with my mindset, with the fear we were breathing in? Right. Or am I going to actually turn it into more value? So the isolation we were all going through, I actually enrolled myself in Akashic Records studies. And we were in an online world suddenly, and that kind of paid off for me, because I could connect to my teacher in India, and she's in Pune, Bombay, Maharashtra. So we started to go through those studies, and it just opened up another dimension for me. So since then I've had also become a master in Reiki as well. So I'm teaching Reiki to other people. Fantastic. And with Akashic Records, and that's been a life-opening experience for everyone. Nice. Connecting with Akasha.
Very nice. I think audience would definitely like to know your each journey and how you became acquainted and practicing, because without practice, I always tell people, nothing can be achieved. Theory you can learn anywhere,
Yes.
but theory in practice is very important. So Riggie, how you can actually
Yeah.
tell our audience that what were your difficulties and
Yeah.
problems that you have encountered during
Yes.
this, and how you overcame.
Yes, definitely. That's the thing that we all can learn from. Read books, learn from the best masters. But if you're not practicing and not embodying in our everyday life, then that's going to fall flat, and
Absolutely.
we'd have to restart again. And some of us give up in the midway of the journey, that, oh, it's too hard, or I have my, if we are in a foreign country, we don't get any domestic help or other help, doing everything on our own. And as I mentioned, that it was, my I started getting the healing when I was at my lowest point, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually. So it was like thankfully I've been working with ANZ Bank since 2013, and they've been, very adjusting with my daughter, because me and my daughter,
Timing.
managing our new life together.
Absolutely.
And so the biggest hurdles as a person I came experienced was, one, my back issues,
Okay.
my
Physical.
physical issues, and the financial issues were the biggest ones for me. Being a single mom in the country, so it was difficult with no family here, no one. But as I started to do practice, like, even if the practice, my teacher would tell me, just even with my Reiki teacher, just practice 20 minutes a day. Okay. Just even that would still be okay, rather than not doing anything. So I continued, and whatever time I would get, even, my daughter's watching TV or she's doing her homework, I'm sitting next to her, I will do my practice.
Wow.
Right? I'm watching TV, I'll still be connecting with Reiki. So I felt the more and more I did it, or more and more I did other practices, irrespective where I am or who I'm sitting with, right? But there are certain practices you got to do on your own only. Absolutely. Right? But there are practices where you can be in 100 people and yet be connected. Right? So, and any opportunity to meditate internally, people around me would not know I was doing it. Then internally, if you're witnessing, if you're watching and very observant of what you're feeling, and observant of your breathing, you are in meditative state, right? You've slowed down your thought process. And so I took up every opportunity I could. Even the pain, I would talk to my pain. Even to the pain where it's 9 out of 10 and I'm on tramadols and everything, I would talk to my pain. What are you trying to teach me? What is I hear that I'm not listening to? So I talked to my body. The more I spoke to my pain, the more I spoke to my sadness, grief, the more lessons I learned quickly.
Very nice.
Right? So that's why that the practice is not just doing any certain mantra only, or a certain way of sitting or breathing. It is also, when you're doing it, it brings up a lot of stuff. All the clutter comes up. And when you keep practicing, what happens is you start to learn to be comfortable with that clutter.
Correct.
And then once you are like, okay, I see I see my shadows, I see where my pain's coming from, I see where my grief is coming from. When you see it, then you can say, okay, goodbye, your job is done.
Easily, yeah.
Right? You don't then get entangled in it.
That's right.
And it only happens when you're practicing every day, even 5 times. When you're cooking is the best time.
Wow.
Right?
That is.
Yeah, when you're mopping.
Sometimes people get irritated. Oh, I have to do so much.
That's right.
But you can
easily turn cooking into,
practice.
We don't have to go to a mandir or a gurdwara to do seva. Your home, your cooking, your kitchen is the langar hall. Your kitchen is the place where, the prasad is getting cooked. The food we eat is prasad. The people we live with are, the forms of God as well.
True.
So I turned every activity as much as I could into that, okay, this is my service to my life.
And consciously.
Absolutely consciously choosing it. That, okay, I can make it painful experience, and I can make it a very conscious experience for myself. So what happened was, with the practice, that choice making was easier because I was not entangling anymore with
Any,
the pain
yeah,
and the activity I have to do. Right?
fantastic.
That activity served a purpose.
Really, I think that is going to help a lot of people who have similar issues and
Yeah.
problems. And I'm sure that audience will appreciate the way the challenges were taken,
Yeah.
and then that it was addressed, of course, through her studies, practice. So she has been a good student because she has not only learned, but she has. That's what our master always told us, that
Yes.
practice, practice, practice.
Yes.
So that is very important.
That's right.
But having said that, we all are working, and it is not easy
No.
in the Western world because nobody else will do anything for you. So,
That's right.
did you find that as a challenge?
Yeah, that was challenging, and that's why I'm like, okay, you got to do your laundry, you got to do your cleaning, you got to
Yep.
do your cooking, you have your childcare responsibilities, you have responsibilities towards your own self as well, and then there's a societal expectation coming from Indian background. Although touchwood, I've been very lucky to have the most loving and most understanding parents, but I know that for them to also understand where I come from, it made them open up also even more, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But there is a societal
Expectation.
expectation as well, and being a single mom also came with a lot of other, responsibilities and other
True.
perspectives of people.
True.
So I wanted to make sure that from here on, the life I'm going to have is of value creation. I'm not talking monetarily. That is taken care of. That God takes care of by itself. It's a byproduct of living an embodied life. Those loving relationships again is a byproduct. But first, having that healthy relationship with your own mind and taking care of yourself, and then all these things fall in place.
In short, know thyself.
Yes, exactly. Know thyself, who you are, and in that, in that moment, and I've not even scratched 0.1% of the surface of who I am, right? But even in that, there is a lot of peace than before. So I am just excited about anyone who goes on that path, because you started to scratch the surface. Just keep going at it, and those layers that come out are
And
just
then,
beautiful.
then it will make the impression real deep and
That's
permanent.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that's what I also, I mean, kind of subscribe, and I feel that is true. But easier said than done.
Yes. Oh,
And
yes.
you are doing that. It will really, really encourage others also. I hope. I hope. Our idea is to share
Yes.
the real person who
Yes.
is doing, because people can talk who are not actually practicing what they talk. But I know you very well, and you have been doing it, and I get feedback from the society and community that you have been doing something on a regular basis and taken this as one of your part of your journey that you want to be with. So from here, uh, okay, let us structure it in a, I mean, I don't want to structure it, but still, if you can talk about your Reiki, that was the first thing that you started with, and then we will go to rest.
Yeah.
So
We can do that.
You can do that.
Yes.
So let's ask you why you learned Reiki.
Yeah. Yeah. Why Reiki of all the things? Yeah, we can do that. But first, actually, to be honest, I started to do the Buddhist chanting.
Okay.
And it has played a very big role. It started to connect me with the right things.
Yep.
So I would want to mention about
please,
that
please,
also.
please
The
go ahead. I give you full freedom to
Thank
say
you.
whatever has been your life changing, part. So don't.
I just thought I thought because I don't want it to sound like too I don't want people to get put off because when they hear a religion kind of a thing, they're like, oh, nahi, nahi.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the Buddhist mantra
Yeah.
that I did
These
was.
are all signs. Basically,
That's right.
you can put a stamp of religion that is different. That
That's
is
right. And
making.
I don't mind,
Yeah.
connecting it to a religion
Yeah.
at all. But I just want to keep it in the way that people can say, okay, well, she listened to
Explore.
those little nudges, when you're
Absolutely.
chanting, and
Absolutely.
that is where I actually got the discipline of doing it
True.
also. So yeah, we can talk about that.
Yes.
That how did you get into choose
Yeah.
Reiki?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we are on, so we can talk
Acha,
about that.
okay, okay,
Okay. There is
right,
no need to get shy, because I will not
okay.
stop anywhere, because I don't want people to feel that we have just changed the way.
Ha.
No, we will go spontaneously.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Okay.
So please talk
Ha.
about your mantra journey. I
Yes,
mean, particularly the Buddhist mantra they are
of course,
referring,
of course.
and I will listen to it as if I am a child.
Oh, so
Yeah.
sweet. Thank you, PavitraJi. Yeah, I would just like to talk about the way my Reiki journey started and all of that. So
Yeah.
just going a little bit in detail of
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So when I went through my separation, and was also I within the span of actually 2-3 years, everything kind of shut down for me. My life shut down. Like I had to go through 2 spinal surgeries, a separation, selling a house, moving into a smaller unit with my daughter. So all of this is a lot of, so to say, if you look at it, oh, it was very chaotic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was pure chaos. But the moment where the worst happened for me, when I had to move out of my house and things like that, an auntie of mine called from India.
Oh.
And she said, Beta, I've come to know that, you've gone through this hurdle. I want you to try out this mantra. And I was like, what mantra is that? And she told me, she's like, it's a Buddhist mantra. And with this mantra, whatever is for your highest good, that shall start to happen for you. Okay. So whatever I want won't happen. But what's for my highest good, that will start to come up for you. And I was in that mindset. I did not know what highest good meant in that moment for me.
My good is more important.
My good is more important. My anger is more important. My sadness is more important. So it was my whole victimness was more important to me in that moment, right? So, but I was like, you know what? In Hindi they say, "Marta kya na karta." In that moment, whatever you feel can save your life, you hold on to it, right? So I was like, okay, if this has come as a message, like for me, I'm very grateful that God, spoke within me, and I listened to my intuition that, you know what, maybe this is what is going to help me, right? So I started to chant. It's a Buddhist chanting mantra called Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And as I started to chant it, I could see the difference that it was making in my life, right? So I was on antidepressants at that moment for 3.5 years till then.
Okay.
Within 6 months of daily mantra chanting morning and evening,
I
got rid of my antidepressants, right? My body pain started to get better. I could sit down for 15 minutes. I could walk for 10 minutes because I was just like a vegetable on a bed.
I know.
I was bedridden.
Yeah.
I was on leave and I could go back to work. And my workplace was very adjusting. So even for half an hour shift, I would go. And they said, that's okay. Come for whatever time you can.
Okay.
Which workplace does it? So for me, it was like, oh, these were the little signs that, okay, there's some sort of things which are opening up. There's less resistance in my life now, right?
Yeah.
And there's less resistance in me to take things and to understand these intuition messages I was receiving. So I was like, something is shifting. So I continued to do more. And then my Buddhist community, my group, they handheld me, and they were like, that's okay. We are praying for you. We'll come to your house. We'll pray with you. So that sense of isolation that I was feeling, that, oh, I'm by myself. No one's listening to me. No one, I'm just, there's no one to help me here. I would take 10 minutes from my bedroom to go to the kitchen, holding the walls and walking. But here's my group I knew that someone's praying for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes just knowing that,
Empowers
Pavitraji,
you.
empowers you that, you know what, it's okay. I have my well wishers praying for me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And all of that started to give me positivity.
In fact, Riggy, you should thank your well-wishers.
Yes.
You can look at there and give the message to.
Thank you so much. You know who you are, and I always take the opportunity to tell you. So, thank you to my Buddhist community and all my friends and well wishers who prayed for me, and they're still praying for me till date. I really, really appreciate that. And may God bless you with abundance, good health, and all the things you truly, truly deserve. All the good things you
That's very,
deserve.
very important in every healing
Yes.
modality. The gratitude and acknowledgement is very, very important, and
100%.
that's what I learned when I was learning Reiki long back.
Ji.
So yeah, and that's why I just kind of reminded. I know
Thank
you all are
you. I
thankful, and
appreciate. Yeah.
so no, yep. So
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah. So I started to do the chanting, and things started to shift, as I said that. And then they asked me, my Buddhist seniors in the faith, they asked me to take lead on becoming a women's leader in the area. When they
Wow.
say women leader, what it means is that maybe just go and someone who's going through, some hardship, go and talk to them, be with them, pray with them. How they came to me, they gave me the responsibility.
Exactly. Listen to them.
Listen and go pray with them, right? So it started to open my life even more. I made new friends, and amazingly beautiful friends who trusted me and who I also could trust. And they're still, there, that trust, because for me, my trust in humanity was broken with the situation I went through. And that trust was restored by the universe. So I was like, wow, that's to me, that's magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Something which is
It is.
broken gets fixed by itself.
By itself.
And there's, you can't see the cracks. That's magic, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that was that. And then connecting to more and more people, and I was still walking on crutches, right? But at least I was on crutches from the wheelchair. So that was a good thing to happening.
Good analogy. Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
So that started to, with physical pain, actually, people would take me in the car to pray with them or things like that, right? To the Buddhist center. And from there, I also met a local healer here. She's a beautiful healer. Her name is Millie Grant.
Okay.
And her name is Millie, and I started to go to her for my more deeper healing of the areas which I couldn't see, which I thought maybe a healer can see through and understand. So as I started to go to her, also a lot of things started to clear off physically. There was a lot of relief, because those medicines I used to take for pain, the painkillers, I wanted to get rid of them and to cleanse my body, my organs of all the energy of the medicine that I was taking. I knew it's helping me, but a part of me knew that it's not going. I don't want to be on it forever. Which doctor said, yes, you have to take painkillers, because I was also diagnosed with some autoimmune disease which was causing arthritis in my body.
Okay.
So that was very painful experience as well, Pavitraji, where it was not just my spine that was playing up, but it was all my joints also. I started to go see her, started to feel better. So for 2 years, I kept on taking healing from her. So from 2014 to 2016, I went to see her regularly. And then around 2016, I wanted to experience it myself. Something in me said that, well, I can also learn it, right? So I started to look for the kind of healing modality I want to learn. And I was guided internally, intuitively, that I should start with Reiki. And there was my first initiation into Reiki in 2016, Reiki level 1. And then eventually it started to even more give me relief. I could manage my pain better. I could go to work, for longer time. So financially things started to get better as well because I could work now
Right.
and not just stay on benefit side of things.
Correct.
And that was also like an emotional, mental, um, not to say embarrassment, but it was always there that, oh, I'm relying on benefit, and that I'm not. So I judged myself a lot, but then there was a point where I'm like, no, I can get better. I can go back and have a decent living myself. So that started to work better.
Smoothen out.
Yeah, smoothen out as well. So financially things were getting better as well. And then at work also I did fantastically well as well at work. And with Reiki I was practicing on myself. Once there's a friend who came over and she's like, yaar, mera na headache bahut ho raha hai. There's a lot of headache. I don't know what to do. So I said, okay, just come here. So I just placed my hand on her head, and then 10 minutes the pain was gone. I was like, oh, okay. And by that time, I was on level 2 already, but I was not practicing on other people. I was like doing my daughter, my family back in India. So just within the family, I was doing it because for me, I learned it for myself, right? I didn't plan that I would do it for others, but as I said, your plan and universe plan is for your highest
plan is
yes. My plan is only a control issue, that I want to have control over my life, but universe lets you surrender like that only. And I'm glad that I could surrender and become flow more as to what universe wanted me to get through doing. So so she got better, and then there's another friend who had come and they were talking about her pain, and I'm like, okay, let me try on you. So she also started to feel good, right? So that's how then. And then if they had any issues, they would say, oh, can you do our healing and do this for my mom or my dad? So I started to do healing like that. uh, and that's how my Reiki journey on healing other people started.
Fantastic.
And it kind of continued where it kind of grew, and I started to have more confidence in myself. Some people say that, oh, some people question me, but you are still in pain, you're still recovering, you're still doing this, how can you go on healing other people?
Yes.
But I came to know that within me, that when modalities like Reiki or pranic healing or other healing methods, you are actually removed from it at that moment when you're doing healing. You are protected, the other person is also protected in that moment.
You're just the channel.
You're just
of
channeling
the universal energy that
exactly
feels. So you are not depleting anything.
You're not depleting
if you
anything.
Can surrender to that.
That's right. So if I work from place of ego, where I feel, oh, I am the one, I am the healer, I am doing it all, yes, it's not going to be good for me. The other person will still be protected, but because of my own ego, I will create more pain for myself. So I learned, and I've been very lucky to have really good teachers who kept, and I was always asking questions, what can I do better? How can I have a better attitude about healing as well? Because healing, one can learn in 2 days time, the method. Again, it's the practice. Again, what is your attitude towards it?
True.
Right?
True.
So that started to really then for me to, okay, let me try more and more people. And it kind of became, because with there's an energy exchange that needs to happen. So more and more people would call me, somebody's going through chemotherapy or having very serious diagnosis of things. So I started to have even more serious things to deal with, and the more I did it, the more healing that happened, that channeled through me, the more confidence I got also.
Absolutely. You will be more empowered and you will get more confidence.
More confidence. True. And that, okay, this thing works because we all are humans and we all keep having some doubts. But then those doubts started to go away.
And Riggie, you have to also mention that anyone and everyone are eligible. There is no eligibility criteria. No gender.
Absolutely.
No ethnicity. No color. No.
You can be anyone.
Yeah, belief system, anything,
any background, any religious, cultural background, any religious background, any ethnic, there is no there's nothing to restrict you from learning it. You
Fantastic.
can be a mother, you can be, a top CEO of a company, you can be a housewife, right? And you may be a student who's still, studying. You can be in any area of life and still learn healing. So there is no restriction that, oh, you're born with certain gift. We all are born with those
Yeah,
gifts.
we are born with
We
that
are
gift. Only
born
we
with,
have to explore that. That's
absolutely,
it.
we are all born with all of that. God's made us perfect.
And sometimes you need a push.
You need a push, like, how I had to go through the chaos to understand the order in it,
Correct.
right? So sometimes you're pushed into it because you haven't listened to yourself intuitively, and you're pushed into it. So that's how all those doubts started to go away for me as well, Pavitraji. And then there was a point when I was like, no, there's something more now that needs to open up. um, so then I was exploring more modalities, and my one of my very close friends, and she's like, why now you're doing chanting, now you're doing Reiki, and you want to now learn something more? That means, is chanting not working? Is
Hmm.
Reiki not
Hmm.
working?
Hmm.
No, they definitely work. But it's that sometimes, you as a person, the consciousness needs to expand more
Correct.
in a different way. There's nothing better or worse. It's just all different ways of reaching the same place. And for me, I wanted to explore more, and I was guided, and day and night I was getting messages, and I was like, okay. So I explored, and Putraji's name came up, and that's where pranic healing came to me, and I was chosen by the master also
Of
to
course.
be a channel of pranic healing also. And one of the most beautiful courses I did was the soul course that has happened, and that uh, in those meditations, in those moments of practice, there were some deep, beautiful messages that came, and I actually get very emotional about them. And some really deep messages were given to me in that, on how I can, uh, you know, um, channelize even more love that God has for all of us. So that's how
That's
came
a
through.
beautiful message for the people who are aspiring healers and wants to start their journey. And I just wanted to also
Yes,
ask you,
yes.
in this process, did you ever felt that you are interested in something in the spiritual direction in that journey, but you are restricted with your funds, restricted with your choice and other things,
Yes.
and how you overcome that?
Yeah. Oh yes. So, as I said, that financially there was few struggles going on, and we know things are not cheap in the country as
Right.
well. So those, but what happened was that whenever, like, when there was a call within me to do this, to go and explore a different modality and do more healing, do more workshops, because once you do it, it's like you want to explore everything.
Right.
So it came. I was like, but how do I ensure that I have food on the plate? My child is warm in winters and things are taken care of. How do I now? Uh, am I, like, there were doubts that, am I being selfish? you know that there are things that I need to buy, but am I being selfish that I want to do this workshop or do this course?
Yep.
But I then, when those doubts came, I would chant, I would do healing on myself, that there is a restriction within me. That is my resistance to it. There's a, we all have that darkness within us, and that darkness was only manifesting as a restriction. Oh no,
True.
then I don't have finances. As I saw my inner darkness through practice, that, what, my outer is a reflection of who I am within. If I'm working from a place of being a victim or under financial constraints, that will keep happening, right? And so it happened that, in some way I could save a couple of dollars here and there, and it just so happened that there was a moment where I had enough for doing that course. Because, and I'm not saying that overnight things change, right?
Yeah.
It's a long journey, yet it can be very meaningful and very exciting,
So
right?
energy follows thought, because you
Yes,
have intended, it
yes,
finally um manifested.
that's right.
Yeah.
So I gave that seed within me to the universe that okay, I want to do this. And then whatever was stopping it, I could see it
You can
arising
see.
out of me. And then I could then, okay, now I let go of it, the darkness which is stopping me. And then eventually, days or weeks later, I could manage to pay
Managed
for
to
it,
do.
right? And that's how I could pay it, because we have to energetically also do an equal energy exchange, so that we don't become each other's karmic. There's no entanglement
Dates.
karmically debts with each other. So
Yeah.
I understood it, because initially when I started in the healing journey, I was like, oh, why do people charge so much,
Hmm.
right? So those questions come. I mean, I get students who ask me, why does learning healing or doing healing cost so much? But we don't want any karmic debt.
Yeah.
These are the karmic debts we're keeping coming back. So I don't want to create another karmic debt with anyone,
Absolutely.
just for
Absolutely.
something which is only my own resistance to it.
True.
Yeah.
True. I
So
mean, I think you have explained it well, uh, and there is a very good explanation for that. Mm, in the past, the monks and those who were almost like sannyas, and
yes,
they have renunciated everything, they could do those kind of things because they were not in the locality we are in.
yes,
They had no social obligations, thing like
yes,
that, and they knew they were mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, they have actually given up this
mm,
world. They are not at all entangled or
mm,
attached,
mm,
but we all are attached. So
yes,
we are karmically, as you have rightly said, we get dates of each other, and that becomes a problem. So unless you become super unentangled or detached, you won't be able to do anything, like they do, like,
yes,
without any expectation, you do it, everything. We always consciously, subconsciously, we have that karmic cause
yes,
and effect. So you have very rightly explained it. So why this energy exchange is sometimes important, and it is more good for the person who is actually coming to you as a patient,
yes.
because if they uh, are required to pay back, they have to pay back, or some way or other.
Yeah, somewhere or
So
other it will
that
go.
the easiest one is the person who is
Yeah,
helping.
pay there and then,
Yeah,
so that it doesn't is it's not then taken away in a more dramatic way from you,
very, very
right?
true, very true.
So
Yeah, so that is,
yeah,
people get sometime random bills, and they are basically sometime um, parking tickets
yes,
or speeding fines
exactly.
and all these
Yeah,
kind of things,
yeah,
and they do not realize why that is. The universe will take it some way or
yeah.
other.
The energy has to be
It has to
balanced.
be balanced.
So it has to be
So
balanced.
it is
Yeah,
going to the known things, not
yeah.
unknown and random. That's very important.
And as I learned it, I also could feel like I could see, for me, it was once I overcame my own inner darkness about where the money is going to come from, right? I could see that whenever I would pay for some new workshop or some new healing method, I did it from a place of gratitude. It happened
Yes.
like gratitude came natural. I didn't have to think, oh no, no, I have to be thankful. It automatically came.
It is an inner quality, and that's
Yeah.
what we need to. In fact, Reiki always tells that inner
Yes.
gratitude, sense of that.
Yes.
It has to be empathy and what you call a compassion. They have to be nurtured. They cannot just
No.
happen by reading one. Of course,
No.
you have to begin somewhere, but that is what is required to be done.
Yeah.
And as a mother, you will always have that,
Yeah.
but not all will have the similar kind of thing. So that way, you are very blessed. And universe is also, like father, mother,
Oh
and
yes.
they are always looking after unconditionally with the love. So acknowledging that take not even a millisecond,
No.
if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
It's not difficult at all.
Hmm.
It's just a remembrance or a reminder that, oh, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
And in that moment, that's your
So
gratitude to
moment
everything.
you think that, maybe how you feel. Are you not feeling that you are a really rich person? You are abundant.
Exactly.
You are in abundance.
I'm in abundance. I am abundance
Correct.
myself.
So
Because that's how God willed us to be.
yeah,
He's made us abundant.
absolutely.
You know?
So that is what I mean. When you
Yes.
have that sense of gratitude, you feel that, oh, the whole fear goes,
That's right.
because now you are
There's no
under the
fear.
big umbrella. And
Yeah.
I mean, you nothing to worry about rain, and
No.
nothing to worry about scorching light. You
No.
are already
I
protected.
give all the heavy load to the masters now.
Yeah.
I said, Masters, you take the heavy load. I'm very small. I may not be able to hold it. You hold me.
When-
And then there's a flow, there's a surrender that, okay, if things are not working out, I'm not resisting them anymore. I'm like, they're not supposed to work out for me. There is something
Bigger
more
truth is
meaningful.
waiting. Yeah,
Yes,
meaningful
there's a
waiting.
bigger truth waiting for me to be revealed. So it's okay. Sit with this discomfort.
Yeah.
Like the discomfort, I don't get anxiety like way years ago I would get anxiety from not knowing what's going to happen.
Mm.
And most of us today that's where we are all suffering with.
Absolutely.
This anxiety is so universal right now. I get so many clients with
Mm-hmm.
anxiety because we all go through those episodes, but sometimes we may find someone to hold our hand and tell us things which can help us, right? And God's put me in a place like that now where someone comes to me with relationship issues. I'm like,
Mm.
I know how it feels,
Yeah.
right?
Those are the kind of people you get more often. Am I right?
Yes,
So the
relationship
relationship,
and
mental.
physical health. When someone comes that I can't walk, I can't sit, I can't, think, there's too much pain and all of that. I'm like, I know how it feels.
Yes.
So there is God's taught me compassion
Mm.
in a way where I cannot forget it anymore, right? Because I've lived through that pain, and that pain's created so much value now, Pavitra ji,
Mm.
that I'm not entangled with the pain is not defining my life anymore.
Mm.
The what value out of that was created is defining my life.
Good.
So I've understood. Any sadness, any kind of pain, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, whatever area, these are the grast jivan problems,
Yeah.
right? These entanglements we are in.
Mm.
So these are going to arise. We have signed up for it at soul
Yeah.
level to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
through it because they're lessons. So I focus on the lesson of it,
Yeah.
and I wait for the lesson, and I don't even put a timeline that I need to know now. No, I may know in this lifetime, or I may not even know
May
in
not.
this lifetime. That
So,
also is now
yeah. So
gone.
now this understanding that you have, this, I think it basically depicts and relates to your next journey that you
Yes,
have
exactly, through
from Akashic.
Akasha.
Yeah. So I think the audience are waiting to
Yeah, yeah,
hear from you, because you are
definitely.
the one who's practicing
Yes,
this
yes,
modality.
yes,
And I would like you to very ask some um, child, just childlike questions, like why you think this is very, very important
yeah,
in someone's life
yeah.
who are going through this
Mm,
painful situation,
mm.
or you have rightly said, anxieties and fear of unknown and
Yes,
things like that. So if you can start from there, it will be
yes,
really nice.
definitely. Um, so what is happening is what I am noticing within me through my journey and with people I connect with. What I was mostly was getting from the kind of theme I was getting, right,
Yeah.
about life was we all are fear infested.
Hmm.
We're infested with fear. Fear of loss of job, fear of loss of finances, fear of loss of loving relationships, fear of loss of life. So it's fear driven society we are
Society
in,
we are in.
right? And from here on, and then COVID happened. That was fear at
Oh.
its charam sima,
Yeah, yeah,
right? At its
extreme,
max
yeah,
level.
maximum level.
So COVID was like, okay, that was another challenge we all experienced. And that for me was like, how do I create value now in this isolation? And that's where I wanted to do Akasha a couple of years before, but I could not find the right teacher. But so it happened because I was still in my mind that there is something more I want to, understand. There's something more that needs to be revealed to
Yeah.
me. And I was staying patient, and then on a forum, on a healers forum on Facebook, I came across this teacher, my Akashic teacher now, Mrs. Richa Das. So she's in Pune, Maharashtra, and I felt what she was saying, it kind of resonated a lot, and I'm like, okay, this is someone I can connect with now. And I did the first level of Akasha and Akashic records. I may talk about a little bit about what Akashic records are also.
Please, because
Yes.
I would not be able to ask you those questions which are very important for the
Yes.
seekers or those who want to
Yes.
learn it,
Yes.
or those who want to basically try it on
Yeah.
them. Yeah, please carry
Yeah.
on.
So Akashic records, just for your knowledge, they come. The Akashic word comes from a Sanskrit word Akasha,
Akasha,
right? Which basically, in loose English language, the closest we can define it is the ether element, or what we call is the astral light. Okay, so the astral light, which is the ether element, is the closest translation in English to Akasha. So that's where the Akashic comes from. The Akashic records are basically that when a soul goes through a physical form, it makes certain choices, it makes some decisions, it has some feelings it goes through, some emotions, some thoughts. They all get recorded or collected in what we call is like a energetic karmic record. Okay, like a library of records. So the energetic karmic record, so everything gets recorded in it.
Okay.
We have heard our parents or grandparents say karmo ka lekha jokha,
I
right?
see.
All the debits,
heard them.
credits, wo sab ledgers, all those ledgers of karmic choices we have made, they get recorded in the Akashic records. So as someone who can read Akashic records, actually they are going back. I just want to say that the Akashic records of each person are available to each person all the time. Okay, you know how we get the intuitions, we get some signs. They're actually our own Akashic records talking to us. How? It is because we've made some choices in certain physical forms, and this is not the only physical form we've gone through. We've gone through hundreds and thousands of physical forms. So each thought and learning we've had from each physical form, there it gets recorded as a wisdom in our records. So that wisdom talks to us every moment. But if we're entangled with fear, then it gets overwhelmed. It gets all covered. We keep doubting our intuition. We keep doubting the messages we get, the dreams we get. We keep, oh no, these are just dreams. No, dreams are such beautiful portals of receiving all that information, the answers we seek. So to me, the fear, as I started my Akashic journey, I learned that when we tap into those Akashic records, we can actually receive all the clarity we need, the information we need to actually make better choices. Right? So when we make better choices, that means if I'm confused, I have to turn left or right. Without a GPS, I may always just keep standing there or be confused or just go left and right and not know where I'm going. But if I have a GPS, I can track myself, how I'm going, where I need to go. There's clarity. So our Akashic records are like a GPS to our lives. There's a pre-recorded information which can help us reach quickly, without much drama, where we need to. And where does the soul want to go? We know if the soul wants to just get reminded that you were never separate.
Correct.
That separateness, when it finishes, that's where the soul, that's the realization that we were always one with God. We were actually never separated. Right? So that we call it moksha, enlightenment, nirvana, whichever way the truth is told to us, we call it. That information is available to us. Right?
So what is the conditioning that a person has to, have minimum to even explore, to, open those records? Yeah, if you can.
Again, just like any other healing modality, you do not need any background conditioning to be able to tap into your records consciously, right? Unconsciously we all do. Just to be consciously, we just have to again um, work on being kind to ourselves, understanding ourselves. So it's
Right.
all comes down to how much you're ready to go within.
Okay.
The more you're ready to go within and understand your connection with the outer and outer with the within, the macro and the micro, the more you wanting to work towards it, the more Akasha will expand. And it will come, we will have very clear messages given to us. So there is no conditioning required. Only thing is that you just have to stay open,
Yeah.
and open
Receptive.
to all, and receptive, absolutely. And then you see how it all unfolds for you.
Very true. So, and for those, I mean, who are the people you recommend this should be done without any uh, delay or
Yeah.
without any wait?
Yeah. So Akashic records, I think everyone should do it.
Okay.
Get in the records. So normally what happens is that I want to just go a little bit
Yeah.
deeper
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Please.
When in a physical form a person dies, we sit down with the guides, we sit down with the spiritual guides, we go through a life review, like a debrief meeting. So we go through a life review,
Correct.
that there were a few lessons I wanted to learn in that lifetime. I learned some, but I also in the process made some more lessons for myself. So we create some lessons for ourselves. Our guides are like, are you sure you want to go through these lessons? Because these are very big ones. You will be able to handle. The soul says yes, because the soul is in a hurry to find place in the feet of divine. Soul has no this thing entanglement that, at physical level there will be pain, or there will be separation, divorce, or things like that. Soul is like, no, quickly, because there are lessons sitting in it. The soul says, I want to quickly go through it. Right? So we choose our lessons. Our guides say, okay, we will be in every curve and corner, we will be with you. Whenever you need us, we will be here, holding your wisdom, your soul level wisdom for you.
Yep.
Right? Because at soul level, we're all, God, we all, holding
Same element and
so
same situation.
same energy of God's love. So it is all available to us. So when then we make a soul contract, we also choose our parents according to the contract we have made, because in our mother's bloodline and father's bloodline, there will be certain powers, there will be certain traumas that will help us in our lessons we have chosen.
Okay.
And then we are born, but we forget what we signed up for, right? Because if we remembered already, right, then why the whole exercise?
Correct. So you have to start from zero.
Start building up your awareness. So through awareness, we actually see all our lessons come in front of us. We stay open and receptive to all the challenges. The challenges don't feel like painful challenges anymore. They become opportunities for us to learn our lessons quicker. So the quicker we learn lessons, the quicker we can stop this whole entanglement, the cycle of birth and death.
Correct.
And reach where ultimately our destiny is with God.
So where is the problem for the people?
Yes.
To discontinue the old habits and learn something, and why people get lost, why people do not remember or do the things.
Yes.
So you can probably explain through your.
Yes. So what happens in the process when we are born again and we start our journey again, right? We have forgotten it because that's how God has made the whole, this whole Leela or the play is made like that, right? So we start the whole process of learning again of who we are. But in that process, we were made to learn our lessons. But what happens is that we start to get entangled, right? We start to get entangled. Oh, I got less marks in class 1, and then the parent gets upset with you, or the father gets upset with you. You start to have that not so healthy relationship with the father, and you start to feel less validated in your life. So there's some sort of fear that starts to happen, where we start to get entangled in certain energy which is actually taking us far from our lessons. But sometimes that lessons are also chosen, that I'm going to have less marks, I'm going to have a challenging parent,
Oh, okay.
So that I can actually remember what my lesson is. My lesson was actually to honor myself. But through someone's dishonoring me, I will have to make certain choices where I'm like, you know what, stop. I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm going to choose myself here. So sometimes the soul would also choose the challenge, or a parent who would, on your less marks, the parent is going to shout at you so that you can devalue yourself.
Yeah.
But through that devaluation, you actually find your value.
Hmm.
So it is a very paradox sometimes.
Paradoxical, and sometimes we are so attached with
Yeah,
the validation of other people, and we do not validate our own
that's right.
ability. We ignore it,
Yeah.
and probably the crux lying
Yes,
there.
exactly.
When you look inward and see,
Yeah.
you know, what I'm doing, my inner guidance is already there.
Yeah.
So that approach, or that uh, belief, or that
Yes.
trust is very, very important.
Yes.
Otherwise, we are always getting confused with different kind of
Yeah.
thoughts and suggestions that come from
Yeah.
everywhere.
That self-doubt that starts to come in right from the childhood, Pavitra ji,
Okay.
when there is less, when the parenting is not conscious parenting, that's where actually for a child the limiting belief system start to set in. It starts from the womb itself. How the mom's condition is, how the mom is treated. That's where the child is actually also creating more and more karmic ties
Yep.
also,
Yep.
because where the mother, so the child is connected with mother's, tied with mother's karmic lessons. So then the child also then starts to, from the womb itself, can start creating limiting belief systems, and through challenges, through parents or from society or from peer pressure, or you don't look like that, or you are short, or you're too tall,
Hmm.
you are too big, you're too slim, whatever judgments people make.
Hmm.
Rather, so we start to get entangled in that, oh, I'm not good enough, right?
Very
i
true.
i I am not good at that, I'm
Hmm.
not good at this, I'm not good at maths, I'm not good at drawing, what do I do, what subjects I need to choose? You know, all those little steps,
Yeah.
all
So
those
limitations
milestones.
come in their mind
Yes.
through the peers, and through the
Yes.
society, and through the
Yeah.
community that we are in.
Yes.
So, in order to overcome that,
Yeah.
certainly people have to introspect.
Introspect. And that's why, you know, why is meditation recommended, why is mantra chanting is important. When we do all these practices, and why all these rituals, they actually start to, and they help us to go back to that awareness,
Correct.
that, oh, you know what, I am actually in this situation, middle of problems, because there is a lesson here, and it is that I have to be. The lesson could be, a person could be, you know, having multiple
Yep.
relationships, right? One after another, getting into relationship, or having multi relationship at the same time. But if they start to become aware through chanting, through meditation,
Hmm.
that they may actually find out that, oh, because they did not receive a validation from their father or from their mother, and they're seeking validation in the relationships.
Hmm.
So any practice to actually find out solution
Hmm.
can, any healing practice to find out solution can start helping us, oh, where is the roots are,
Okay.
where the problem is. So when we go in Akasha, we actually tap into the past as well, a past of this lifetime,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Until yesterday, until last moment,
Yeah. Yeah.
minute,
Yeah.
that is also past.
Mhm.
Also past of our past lives also, because we could be holding so much of energy from a past life, which has become like, which is like a cycle we are stuck in.
Yeah. Like
And
whirlpool.
whirlpool, we're just constantly going downward spiral, and each a lifetime over lifetimes. I've had a client with Raji,
Hmm.
you won't believe, she was in her 125th birth,
Hmm.
going through the same lesson.
My God.
125 births. Listening to it, I was tired. I'm like, oh my God, 125. I want to learn that lessons quickly. I don't want to keep coming back for the same lesson. She has many lessons to go through, but one lesson she's not able to for 125 births. So if she's going to focus on that, she's on the door of moksha, but one lesson is keeping her again starting from
Hmm.
scratch,
Hmm.
right? But her, so when we actually die, we go through all these records. But coming back to the initial question, if being alive, we can understand what our lessons are.
Yeah,
We can actually skip
yeah.
lifetimes of these pains.
Which I call Jivan Mukt.
Jivan Mukti.
You don't have to die to become renunciated. You
That's
just
right. Being aware of, oh, what my lessons are, I'm going to work on them now. Rather than dying, then understanding it, and then
come back.
forgetting, and then learn from the
Yeah,
scratch.
yeah.
So if we are alive and understanding, oh, this is what I needed to
That's right.
learn,
That's
we
right.
can skip lifetimes of
So it
pain.
saves the life.
Yes.
There are some very high level enlightened being who can help you through their own
Yes.
sometime pat on your back or some blessings
Exactly.
through various
Exactly.
kind of Shaktipat and
Those
things like that.
all those
But
patterns
but
start to appear.
yeah, if they can energetically be with us and help us
That's right.
to move forward.
Our
Uh,
guides are there always. Our masters, our guides from all the lifetimes. It's not that, oh, in previous lifetime, for example, if I was Hanumanji's Bhakt, and when I died in that lifetime, Hanumanji stopped blessing me then. Right? And this time I am, for example, I am a Buddhist, so Lord Buddha is going to bless me. But when I died, Lord Buddha will stop blessing
stop
me.
there.
No, those blessings
Will still
continue
continue.
because soul doesn't die.
I,
It has acquired those blessings. It has acquired all of those beautiful wisdom, information. It's all there,
yeah.
right? I could have been born a Muslim in another lifetime, or Christian, or whatever background I've had, whatever I accumulated in these blessings are debts, right? I'm still carrying them. And I'm not just carrying my own, I'm also carrying my ancestors.
Yeah. Tell something about that.
Yeah, very important point
Yeah. Yeah.
here, that we actually also are not just accumulation of what we have gone through. Because in this physical form we've chosen a certain mother and father, that means we've also chosen the whole ancestral line's power and the whole ancestors lines debt also. So sometimes a very brave soul would have a lesson connected that, oh, with my 10th generation grandfather there's some karmic, their pain is sitting there. And for example, they've had some issue where their great grandmother, or 10 generation grandmother, or 20 generations before grandmother, or 2 generations before grandfather, they went through some painful experience. If they did not do their inner work and release it, it continues in the bloodline.
Okay.
So in scientific ways, you say, oh, hereditary, or there's blood pressure, there's diabetes. What is that? They're actually unresolved emotions turning into physical sickness,
Sickness.
illness. So illness is energetically unacknowledged emotions, unworked emotions,
Of course.
right? So that's how the sickness, it will continue as a pattern of sickness in the bloodline. It will continue as a pattern of financial instability.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because finance is nothing but it is also the
energy.
energy overwhelmingly or
Yes,
energy depleted.
depleted,
So either way it
exactly.
is. Yeah.
So in certain way, somebody's grandmother went through so much emotional pain, and she that what, or grandfather went through a lot of emotional pain because the factory got burned down, for
Hmm,
example,
hmm, hmm,
right?
hmm.
And they felt that, oh, my life is over, and they did suicide, for example, or went through a lot of illness and they did not work through the sense of loss.
Yeah.
That sense of loss continues, that the next 2 generations or 3 generations will continue to have this pattern where there will be financial major ups and major downs,
Hmm.
or basically they won't be able to come up financially
Okay.
because that parent. So what it tells us, why to go in past, why to go to past. Our past is our ancestors and our own past. Why to go to past is because it is teaching us to be more conscious in the present, so that
So that you don't repeat the
we
same
don't
mistakes
repeat
that
the
you have.
same
Yeah.
mistakes, right? So this is the learning. The akasha expanded my all my thought process. Still a student.
Hmm.
I'm still learning different modalities, healing modalities in it, where we can, so the healing modalities that we can actually go and resolve our ancestors pain.
Ancestral. Yeah.
We can release, we can help them forgive themselves, we can help them forgive the energy they have created with someone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In
So
fact, it is so scientific nowadays. Like we have in our pranic healing, cellular healing, where um, the cell membranes,
Yes.
they carry some of these past thing.
Yes.
As you have rightly said, it is there embedded in DNAs and
Yes.
things like that. And but there is a now epigenetics is telling that this genetical I'll say misalignment or disorder or uh, disconnects, all these things can be rectified
Yes.
through the right emotions and right healing uh, methods.
Yes.
So if that is, it's being discussed in
Yeah.
the mainstream
Yeah.
medical science also. So
Yes.
in past they were thinking that once DNA is damaged, that's it, you cannot do much. But now it is not like that. Now
No.
they're telling that your gene expressions can also be changed and
Modified.
it can be
Yes.
modified.
Yes.
So this is very similar to what you are telling, that yeah, I mean, you are telling it from ancient approach,
That's right.
and this is what their modern science is now trying to relate
Exactly.
to.
Now they are opening up to quantum
Yeah,
healing,
quantum
right?
theory, quantum healing,
Quantum
yeah,
theory is
same
coming
thing.
through. Our ancestors have done and dusted, like they have.
Yeah. We
They have
always
done it.
discover, isn't it?
Yes, we always, but there's a new remembrance. The whole energy of the earth is definitely shifting again.
Hmm.
And I think since 2012, what I've been told by my guides also, since 2012, there's a new resurgence of people getting into healing,
Hmm.
self-healing and healing others. So different, I don't know if you noticed that or not, Pitraji.
Yeah.
There's a lot of remembrance coming through of old methods
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
yes. I see that amuses me, and that also gives me uh, a bit of satisfaction. Is okay,
Yeah,
things are not really lost
that's right.
as we think that it
Yes,
is permanently lost. It's not like that. It is
yes,
there
yes,
somewhere, and
absolutely.
no matter what civilization will fight or cause damage to each other, it will not really go if there is a substantial good in it. It will
Yes,
be definitely stored somewhere, and
yes,
this is a very good example.
yeah,
Of course, it is dealing with individuals, but think
yeah.
about civilizations, think about the big thing.
These wars and everything that's happening, there's like why innocent people dying in it, right?
Right.
There's flooding happening, there's earthquakes and so much happening at the same time, because we're going through what we call the
Transformation,
yeah, the collective
collective
transformation is
transformation.
happening. So yes, they look painful, they look scary, scenes you watch on TV, on news,
Yes.
right? But even when I'm watching news, I'm sending healing, right, to those everyone who's involved in it, right? So moment, please take a moment. We all can be very selfish that, oh, I need to just heal myself, but please always take moment to
Yeah.
send love and blessings to all those who you don't know,
Yeah.
right? Also, we always pray for people we know, we send them love and blessings, hopefully we do. But if you're
Ye-
not,
Yeah.
please start to bless your workplaces, start to bless your bosses, your leaders of your country, leaders of other countries, people of other countries, life forms in different, not just human life forms but animal life forms, through this flooding and fires and earthquake. It's just not the humans which are impacted,
Yeah.
right? Other life
Everyone.
forms,
Everyone.
everyone, marine life gets impacted with tsunamis. So please, in that moment when you hear something like that going on, send love and blessings that God takes care of
That
whatever karmic journey they have to go through. Make it easy for them, God.
that was really a good message, because ultimately, why we are living here?
Yeah.
If we are not contributing to the Mother Earth, and I always tell that we have to learn from universe, because whether we look at trees, animals, or whoever is around us, they
Yeah.
are so unconditionally
Yes.
giving things. Even if you do a little to them, they are provider. So why can't we also, be
Yeah.
in the same line? Why we have to be
Yeah.
selfish, and
Yeah.
we only think about our own pleasure. So sharing pain can also be very pleasant if you know how
Yes.
to,
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
the outcome, or you can say what you get out of it is your wisdom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that wisdom then is not that, okay, you've not just relieved your ancestors of the pain or yourself of it, the coming generations,
Yes, yes,
right? The
that is
coming
very important.
generations, children, their children,
Yeah,
they're going to receive this blessing as well,
absolutely.
right? They're not going to hold on to, oh, my mother went through this, I'm going to take it from my mother and I'm going to carry the burden of my mother,
Yeah,
carry the burden of my great grandfather, carry the pain of
yeah,
my 10 generation grandmother. No, they can be relieved of this. So, what happens is the lesser pain we pass on, the more pure souls can come back on earth.
okay. It will become more cleaner.
More
That's what you
cleaner,
are.
because as per our lessons we choose certain parents.
Yeah,
So when the more and more mothers are available who have done their own healing, then the healed people
will
will come through,
come.
the healed souls will
Yeah,
come through.
otherwise they will be stopped.
Yes,
Okay, that's quite correct, and I totally subscribe to that thought. We have to have very good, uh, pure, mother-like mother who would be able to get those soul who are actually healer and having lot of healing
yes,
experience. That's
exactly.
how uh, the mother planet Earth
Yes,
would like to, because right now there is a heaviness, and
that's
the
right.
heaviness is because of nobody is caring. And now, mother being mother, always try and
Yeah,
see how it can be, resolved. But if it is too much, then of course there will be a bigger event that
that's right.
it can.
And that's how the avatars come on earth, because there is a mother who's made herself so pure,
Yeah,
her womb
yeah,
is so
yeah,
pure
yeah, yeah.
that she will attract a soul
Those,
who can come and cleanse the whole energy, the
correct,
heavy energy.
correct.
So I think as a woman, I also feel that it is important that we do that work. I have a daughter, she's 14 now, right?
Okay,
For me, it's so important to pass this on to her as well.
sure,
Like, I'm conscious of what I'm passing on. And I think not just as a woman, but as a person, as a man also, please do think, what legacy am I now passing on? The legacy is not of millions of houses or the businesses you're leaving. The legacy is actually that, am I passing on pain or am I passing on light,
pleasantness.
pleasantness? Am I passing on love? Am I passing on gratitude or not?
Yeah,
So please reassess what you want to leave behind.
right. And also that the gauge that we have, the success,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
needs to be slightly changed, because success is not always what
Oh,
mainstream society is
yeah,
talking about. Success will be to get rid of all those backlogs and clutters and
exactly.
baggages that we are
Yeah,
carrying.
yeah,
And if there is a method, there is some way it can be done, I think we should encourage and embrace that, because that will take away a lot of discomfort and unpleasant things from our life. Am I right?
yeah. I just, for me, what is success is if I can sleep without any worry in my mind about, when I say worry, I'm not saying that, oh, I don't have financial worry, or I don't have, health worry. Those things will keep coming and going. I'm not entangled with
True,
that.
true.
If I can sleep with gratitude for where I am, right, of what I have, or gratitude for even what I don't have, right? That, oh, I don't have that, I'm thankful. Maybe that's not meant for me, right?
Yeah, that understand. That's a
Yes.
clear
So
understanding.
that having that is success to me, that I can sleep without knowing I have not hurt anyone today. I have not hurt myself today. That I was truthful to who I was. If I can sleep with that thought that today I lived truthfully, that is being successful to me. I don't care what all is in my deposit box or my tijori.
Bank account.
No. And that's what I teach my daughter as well. I don't care about your marks. All I care is, are you putting effort? Okay. Put effort towards your happiness, to put effort towards living a truthful life. If you're putting effort, result will follow.
Absolutely.
That's been given to us by
Yeah,
ancestors, that you have no right. I always tell, I said, but we have no right on the outcome.
True.
We only have the right on the effort.
Efforts. In fact, Gita, exactly this is what Krishna
Exactly,
is
it
telling
is.
to Arjuna, that
It is what it did.
you have
No right on the outcome. Don't even think. आपका right ही नहीं है ना जिस चीज पे. Why would you even go there? And it's not your outcome is not up to you. Your thing is to put effort
efforts. That's right.
into and stay receptive, stay open, and that is an effort. It's the biggest effort.
Very true.
That okay, life, what you're trying to teach me, and that's there.
No, I really am thankful that you have given very deep and meaningful information for our audience, and I'm sure people will love them if they can execute it, they can embrace these things. Having said that, we always like to continue and have more and more thoughtful discussion with you, Riggie, and
Always.
it is, and I'm actually planning that we should have some, at least monthly such interaction talks,
Yeah.
which can be useful. It can be like we can go to somebody's house and have a potluck and have a
Yeah.
discussion, kind of discussion.
Absolutely.
But we have to start with some, what I call is initiative, and
We put
maybe
the seed today, Pavitraji.
we have put the thing because I'm getting that vibe and getting reminded by people. Why not we do that? Of course, COVID was some kind of
Yeah.
deterrence factor, but now things are better. We
Yeah.
can always think about it. But thank you once again. Please let the audience know your number, how people can contact you,
Yeah.
and anything that you want to give before you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you everyone for listening. And if you're watching also, so thank you. Thank you for your presence. You can always contact me. So my name is Riggie Walia, and my number is 021-192-8809. And you can also look up on Facebook or Instagram. My page is called Rise Within Healing and Coaching, or you can just search up my name, Riggie, Riggie. A bit weird spellings with Reggie, but yeah. So
Yep.
you can always look up for my name and contact me. You can send me a message or text me or WhatsApp me on that number. Would love to, talk to you and share more of what I'm also learning. So would love to share all of that with you as well. And I just want just to finish by, of course, being grateful to all the masters, to all the things that have led me to be here, and they're taking me somewhere. And I'm just grateful for this journey. And please, do not, stay in the victim mode. That's, I think, one of my biggest learns is learn from your pain, sit with it, and sit with it. When I say sit with it, learn to meditate, sit in meditation, be still, learn to be still as much as you can. Stillness brings a lot of clarity, and have a discipline in, and please create a spiritual discipline as well. Having going to gym, taking good food, and all of that is super important, but please take some time out for your spiritual life as well, towards a spiritual journey. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Pavitraji, once more.
Thank you,
Thank
Riggie.
you.
Thank you very much. And those who like to hear more information on spiritual journey and the help that you can get from such kind of conversation, such kind of podcast, do encourage us by subscribing PavitraYog and help us to get in touch with you in this way. Use this tool for the benefit of humanity. With that, I thank you. Atma Namaste.
Atma.